As the rain falls, the rivers rise.
A much higher volume and the flow rate is much quicker.
So far, just minor flood complaints as this massive system tracks over Calgary.
Now the calls have come in, and we've got 25 already this morning of, hey, I got wet basements.
Plus, the Premier admits independence would cost a fortune.
It's a pretty extensive list that has probably hundreds of billions of dollars worth of startup costs.
From debt to defense, policing to postage, the staggering expenses the country of Alberta would have to assume. And a new tool for Calgary police.
Translate to French.
Language set to French.
Body-worn cameras that also translate in 50 languages.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. If you stepped outside for even a moment today, you were likely soaked. Rain has been falling steadily since Sunday, and by the time it ends late Tuesday, we could see 100 millimeters in some parts of the region. The system delivered a soaking to the mountain parks too. We'll get to that in just a moment, but Moses Woldu begins our coverage tonight.
As the rain continues to fall in Calgary, the Calgary Fire Department is warning people to be cautious near the Bow and Elbow River. It's not the same situation as the 2013 floods, but the river's flow is well beyond the safe levels and running twice its normal rate.
We're getting closer to doubling what was already deemed as dangerous or hazardous to people, so that you can see there's a much higher volume and the flow rate is much quicker.
An estimated 40 to 50 millimeters of rain has fallen into the Bow and Elbow catch basins, and the expectation is that much more rain is on the way. The cooler temperatures in the mountains means there has been less melting. Boat advisories will remain in place, and Calgary's mayor is asking residents to avoid the riverbanks.
We're asking Calgarians for their help to stay away from the riverbanks. Please avoid activities on the river right now. Let's do everything that we can to keep our first responders safe.
Pete Archdeacon's plumbing company has been inundated with calls relating to the flooding.
And we've got 25 already this morning of, hey, I got wet basements, I got this, I need a sump pump. Some pump's not working. I'm not sure if some pump's working. Water's spewing everywhere. What can you do? That's what happens now. The panic calls come in.
Archdeacon says a sub pump is one solution to avoiding flooding troubles, as well as remembering to put the spout down on eaves troughs.
Make sure the downspouts are on and shooting away from the house, at least 5 feet, 6 feet. Get the water away from the house. Even if you have to go to Home Depot or somewhere and buy a piece of 4-inch pipe and just shove it on the end to get the water away.
The combination of rain and wind is also cause for debris and downed trees that have impacted power in some parts of the city.
So if a tree has fallen on a vehicle, onto a power line, or into a home, or it's breaking windows, that's something that people should call 911 for. If it's something more, in a park space, or it's not impacting anybody and there's no imminent danger, that's a different call to the city's 311 service.
And Moses joins us now. So Moses, the Bow is flowing pretty quickly, but again, it's not as fast as it was 13 years ago.
That's right, Tara. So to kind of give you an idea, the flow on the Bow reached today's levels close to 400 cubic meters per second. While that is still abnormal in terms of that normal high, as well as the dangerous levels along the river bend, it's still not even close to what we saw during the 2013 levels at 2,400 per second, cubic meters per second. So that is some good news. Also some other news to tell you about from the fire department. They also say that we are about to reach our peak, I'd say about tomorrow. Tara?
Okay, good stuff. Moses, thank you. Now, the mountain communities are also feeling the heavy impact of the wet weather. Tyler Barrow is in Banff, where residents have been drenched. So, Tyler, what have you seen?
Tara, the melting snowpack along with heavy rainfall has caused flooding concerns here. One playground and several trails are closed, but the area is not under a flood watch by the province. Meanwhile, downstream in Canmore, it's puddle central, while some basements are flooded. Throughout the town site of Banff, the wet weather has taken its toll. Trails along the Bow River are closed. A playground area has been flooded and is temporarily taped off. Bow Falls are thundering with the increased precipitation coupled with the melted snowpack. Seen here, Cascade Mountain has 2 waterfalls flowing. Normally, it's just 1. The area did recently receive more snow at higher elevations, which is good.
The snowpacks acted like a giant sponge and held a lot of that rain back. Colder snow building up on top of that melted snowpack. So that's pretty well stopped snowmelt in its tracks.
The town is not under a provincial flood watch. For these visitors from Virginia, the weather is a letdown.
We weren't expecting it to rain like every day. We were expecting sunny weather.
But the Brits aren't bitter.
You put up with the dreariness because you're used to it.
It's quite pleasant, actually. This is the same stuff we get.
In Canmore, it is puddle-palooza. Throughout the town, water is spilling onto streets. For a municipality that experienced disastrous flooding back in 2013, this is nothing like it.
2013, it was a really heavy and intense rainfall. The rainfall here started off pretty light. This morning was probably the worst of it.
But the 10 to 20 millimeters a day, enough to flood basements. This one was flooded on Friday. Tenant Cadence Garrison is using a sub pump to get it out.
Definitely stressful, especially with like the electricity going and just sometimes like things coming up and not knowing exactly what to do right away.
The flooding has forced the Three Sisters campground to close temporarily. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Canmore.
All right, let's bring our meteorologist in now. You're the expert here. Are we kind of halfway through this big system, or where are we at?
Yeah, we're just over halfway through at this point. So there's still a lot of rain to come before this system is all said and done. And a couple things with this system. One, it's right up against the mountains. So not only are we getting rain from the system itself, but air is getting forced up the mountains as this counterclockwise flow, and that's creating that upsloping. Basically what that does is it enhances the amount of rainfall we get, and it's really just stuck here for another 12 to 24 hours, which is why we're going to add to these totals. Rainfall warnings in place for pretty much the entire province, all in green here. And then we all have an isolated little wind warning in place for Claresholm up to almost High River over to Lomond, Vulcan included in this as well. So that's because 90 kilometer per hour gusts are happening there, but everywhere else outside of that wind warning, we're getting anywhere from 60 to 70 kilometer per hour gusts, Calgary included in that, over these next 24 hours. Temperatures will remain cool, rain will be steady and even pick up throughout these overnight hours and then start to lighten throughout the day tomorrow, especially after the noon hour. Calgary itself, we're looking anywhere from 30 to 35 millimeters of more rainfall before we're all done. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. It is going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars for Alberta to separate from Canada, and that's only what the Premier knows so far. Danielle Smith today admitting it is only fair for Albertans to have a full cost analysis of independence before the October referendum. She hopes to present that by August, so you'll be able to see just what it could cost if Alberta were to become its own country. Tyson Fedor reports.
Premier Danielle Smith says Alberta would need to assess almost everything found at a national level to determine a financial cost to separation.
We now have a 5% NATO commitment. We've never had a national defense before. What would that cost? That's about $25 billion. We'd have to take over OAS and child tax benefit, probably another $10 or $15 billion. We'd have to set up the infrastructure for CPP and EI.
The UCP government says Alberta's share of the national debt is around $170 billion with $10 billion annual interest payments. The Premier says the cost will be enormous if Albertans vote to start the process of leaving Confederation.
I think it's responsible for us to be very forthright about the costs associated with what it is that is being proposed here, so people can make an informed decision.
Alberta Finance Minister Jason Nixon is expected to have a cost analysis sometime this summer ahead of October's referendum. Next month, one prominent pro-separatist promises to release a white paper outlining the policy and finances of independence.
I think that it's important to have the discussion, and it's been going on for a while, and people are going to do what they want to do, so let them, I guess, and see what happens.
It's a big waste of money. I've been here all my life. I'm Canadian.
On her radio show over the weekend, Smith says she takes the separatists at their word, at least in terms of petition support, even though 301,000 signatures have not been validated by Elections Alberta. It comes as the organization says there has been misunderstanding and misinformation around Thomas Lukaszik's Forever Canadian petition, which asked Albertans if they want to remain in Canada.
There was no clear idea of what no meant. The referendum question proposed was, do you want to remain in Canada, yes or no? And so we had to do some work on defining what no meant.
Elections Alberta says in a statement that the proposal put forward by Thomas Lukaszuk did not seek to amend the Constitution or propose new legislation. The only available option for the initiative was a policy proposal.
Instead of doing the right thing and resolving this issue in the legislature, the Premier is trying really hard to appease the separatists, and she's putting us through a $90 million exercise that is going to divide this province and detract from investment in this province.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Albertans head to the polls October 19th to vote on whether to remain in Canada or begin the legal process to have a further vote on separation at a later date. A local company says it's making real progress in removing material that became garbage blowing around a southeast Calgary neighborhood. Residents of Quarry Park expressed frustration with the litter that had blown from Echo Recycling's nearby facility. Echo President Alec McDougall said about 40 truckloads are leaving the site 7 days a week. McDougall says they've heard the concerns of nearby residents and they respect what they're saying. He also says Echo's system to recycle construction waste got backlogged.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The Canadian men's national team is taking over Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton tonight. They're hosting their first friendly match against Uzbekistan before heading to the FIFA World Cup. Here's CTV's Evan Kenny.
Uzbekistan. Among the thousands of soccer fans rooting for the Canadian national team tonight will be a few hundred cheering for Uzbekistan.
I cannot even tell you how we are proud of Uzbekistan.
The Uzbek Canadian Association has rallied fans to support their home country playing in their new home.
It's just like a childhood dream to come true, right? Being here in Edmonton today, seeing two worlds collide.
It's the first time since 2016 the two countries will meet on the pitch.
We'll expect a very good Uzbekistan team, a team that I think has performed really well over the last year and a half. A talented team, a team that defends really well.
Canada will need all their players on point as the team deals with a number of injuries. Local star Alphonso Davies is out after suffering a hamstring injury while playing for his club, Bayern Munich. The team says it's a huge loss.
It's a shame that he won't be healthy to play, but this was a big motivation too, is for everybody to celebrate Alphonso and celebrate the team and now push us forward.
Davies will miss Canada's first game back in Edmonton since 2021. Where the weather also played a factor, the national team isn't concerned about tonight's rain.
We really want to put in a strong performance, try to win and make the people from Edmonton proud and just to have a good send-off. We're going to need everybody's support at the World Cup.
For the Uzbek fans, even with their unique ties to this match,
is it hard to choose a side, or are you cheering for Uzbekistan?
We're cheering for Uzbekistan.
They'll be making their voices heard in the crowd tonight. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
Now, even with all the rain, fans are not allowed to bring umbrellas into the stadium tonight. The game begins at 7 p.m. and you can watch it on TSN. Just ahead, a new surgery funding model that ties money to patients. The government calls it patient-focused funding, but will it reduce wait lists? And breaking down language barriers, Calgary police find a way to talk to, they hope, everyone they encounter in our city. Continuing care workers are rallying across Calgary to push for better pay and better working conditions. The Alberta Union of Provincial Employees says workers in seniors' homes are underpaid and overworked, and it's impacting the level of care that residents are able to receive. Bargaining talks are underway between Care West and the committee representing nurses and other support staff. The union says some employees have to work multiple jobs just to make ends meet.
Demanding the same contract that AHS gave to its LPNs, healthcare aides, and GSS workers. We are demanding a living wage for our GSS workers, and we are demanding better staffing, which in turn will translate into better care for Alberta's seniors.
The union says workers at the Care West sites have been without a contract for a year. The province is changing how it will fund some surgeries in a move it says will speed up the process for many patients. It's doing it by introducing competition for funding. Kevin Green explains.
The province is introducing what it calls patient-focused funding for some surgeries in public hospitals. Under the model, funding for those surgeries will be tied directly to the number and complexities of the surgeries they perform. The Premier says that will incentivize them to do more.
Everyone's going to be thinking, how do we reduce the amount of downtime, the amount of wait time, the amount of lost time? How do we make the best use of our resources?
The first phase applies to hip and knee replacements, cataract surgeries and rotator cuff repairs. The Minister of Hospital and Surgical Health says she wants hospitals to perform more like charter clinics.
With charter surgical facilities, they're doing typical, say, a knee replacement. They can do 8 to 10 within a day. And yet in our hospitals, we were finding we were only doing roughly about 4 of the equivalent type of surgery.
The move is part of a broader plan announced last November to increase the number of surgeries performed in Alberta. Critics say it's another step towards privatizing healthcare.
For Danielle Smith to come talking about competition as her big savior, that she's going to privatize things and push more competition, certainly won't increase access.
Krista Fordham waited 2 years for hip surgery in Alberta. Frustrated, she went to Europe to get it done, but she says it wasn't the speed of the surgery that held her up. It was all the diagnostics leading up to it.
Getting the diagnosis is as difficult as actually getting the surgery booked. So unfortunately, right now with the system the way it currently is, there's no access to seeing an orthopedic surgeon until you get through that system and through these gates.
The province says the new model will improve transparency and ensure funding follows the patient, but Friends of Medicare says competition for funding will diminish the quality of care.
It's not about funding our hospitals, our facilities, the staffing we need, or ensuring Albertans are getting quicker, better care. It's about quantity and ultimately profits for surgical centers.
Kevin joins us now. So, Kevin, last year the province wanted to increase the number of surgeries performed in Alberta by 50,000 a year. So, will today's announcement achieve that?
Short answer, not this year for sure. This is just a component of what the province believes will get them to that threshold, a threshold they might not achieve for up to 3 years. In the meantime, this is only a test project. It will run for the first year and they will assess it, and it's only running at 12 hospitals across the province. For our friends in Lethbridge, it's at the Chinook Regional Hospital, and here in Calgary, the only hospital is the Rocky View Hospital behind me that's taking part. Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Get out of the rain. Thank you, Kevin.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Well, as we just saw, it's still rather blustery out there.
Yeah. Poor Kevin. Rainy and windy, absolutely. And that will be the story for the next 12 hours, absolutely. And then it will start to all ease up a little bit by late tomorrow, which is good news. So we're just over halfway there. And temperatures, wow, they're certainly cool. So it's rainy, it's windy, and there's a bite to it, absolutely. Only 7 degrees right now in the city, 8 in Lethbridge, 7 in Milk River. Medicine Hat, though, did get into the teens today. Overall, we have cool temperatures in southern Alberta. Check out Grand Prairie, Peace River, though, in the 20s. If you like those numbers better, don't worry, that will arrive in a couple of days when this is all said and done. All right, rainfall warning in the green here for pretty much the entire province, except for the areas that are in the 20s right now in the far northwest. We can see this in the purple here. This is the wind warning in place. Clare's home up to almost High River, over to Vulcan and Lomond, Enchant. 90-kilometer-per-hour gusts happening there and will continue for the next few hours, and then that will wind down a bit. But even outside of the wind warning, all communities seeing very gusty conditions in addition to the rainfall. Let's talk about the rainfall. Here's a look at the system. The core of it is actually right over the Alberta-Saskatchewan border here. Counterclockwise spin goes with these low pressure systems, and this is right up against the mountains. So we're getting the rain from the mountains. We're also getting wind pushed up the mountains, and that's creating the upsloping. So that's the enhancement of even more rainfall with this system. We're also stuck in this for another 12 to 24 hours before it really starts to make its way off to the east and move on out of here. All right, Provost over through Hanna, Olds, Calgary, these are the areas where we're getting the heavy rain right now. This is going to shift, so you can expect this to move a little bit and track into the far south as well in through these overnight hours. Overnight hours is where, for us in Calgary, we're going to pick up a heavy amount once again. So we're about halfway there. We've already had 34.5 millimeters millimeters of rain at the airport, and we're looking at tacking on another 30 to 35 millimeters of rain, as you can see right here for the city. This is a bit of a low estimation if you look towards Milk River, Medicine Hat. Over 20 millimeters certainly possible before it's all said and done there. And most communities off towards the mountains, so Lethbridge, Claresholm, Calgary, Strathmore, Drumheller, over to Canmore, 30 millimeters at least is certainly in the realm of possibility, with much of it falling tonight and then starting to lighten through tomorrow. Here's a look at the timeline. Tonight it will intensify along QE2, Highway 2 down towards Lethbridge, and then this is a look at 11:30 in the morning. You can see it starts to lighten up a little bit, taper off a little bit. And then by tomorrow afternoon, it looks like this, just isolated showers, and it will work its way off to the east. Looking at your Action Furnace 5-day forecast, again for Calgary, keep in mind 20 millimeters of rain tonight while we're sleeping, then another 10 to 15 tomorrow. This will be starting to lighten up after the noon hour. Still a cool day tomorrow, still gusty tomorrow. And then we get to 16 degrees for Wednesday, small chance of a late day shower. Thursday, yeah, we could see some late day thunderstorm activity, non-severe, but by Thursday we'll be back into the 20s.
2 men are facing extortion charges after police say they threatened a Saddle Ridge business last month, and they say quick action by the business helped them in their arrest.
In this case, we were able to quickly make arrests because information came from the community in a timely manner. That action not only helped protect the victim, but may also have prevented further victimization of others.
The caller told the business that they would shoot the owner, their family members, and their friends if they didn't give them cash. Last week, police arrested 4 people. 2 have been charged. Sandeep Singh and Amandeep Mali have been charged with extortion and possession of proceeds of crime. Police have released photos of 2 cars they say were involved in a shooting last week while both vehicles were driving in Silverado. Investigators say someone fired shots from this vehicle overnight Tuesday. They say the target vehicle was hit at least once, and stray bullets also hit a home and a parked vehicle. It is a small black car with tinted windows. The target vehicle is a black hatchback with one burned out headlight. Both vehicles took off. Police want to hear from anyone who has any information. Convicted child killer Alan Schoenborn is seeking a conditional discharge, potentially opening up a pathway to freedom for the man found not criminally responsible for killing his 3 children. The director of Forensic Psychiatric Services told the board that she supports a conditional discharge disposition, saying any risk posed by Schoenborn can be effectively managed. Schoenborn killed his 10-year-old daughter and 2 sons, aged 5 and 8, in Merritt, BC in 2008. Although he had been receiving treatment at a forensic psychiatric hospital since 2010, at today's hearing we learned he moved to a different facility last year where he lives in an unstaffed cottage with 3 to 4 other patients. The board reserved its decision. Calgary police body cameras will soon be doing a whole lot more than just taking video.
Oui, allô, quelqu'un a volé mon voiture et j'ai besoin d'aide.
Yes, hello. Someone stole my car and I need help.
Police body-worn cameras can now translate more than 50 languages in real time. The aim is to assist during traffic stops, routine calls, and everyday interactions. Video and audio of translated conversations are recorded for transparency and accountability. Officers are currently receiving training on the feature.
Have an opportunity for people who don't speak the language to be heard, and I think that'll go a long way in easing the tension and that kind of stress initially with interacting with police officers. They speak a different language.
The police are making sure the technology abides by the Protection of Privacy Act. As well, recordings cannot be used as evidence in court unless reviewed by a qualified human interpreter. Canada meets the technical definition of a recession, but Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's request for an emergency debate on the state of Canada's economy was denied. That's just ahead. And a little later, they'll bend over backwards to get into the spotlight. And it worked. The Alberta acrobatic team competing on America's Got Talent. The health of Canada's economy is the subject of hot debate amongst politicians today, with the Conservatives saying Mark Carney has plunged Canada into a, quote, liberal recession. New data Friday confirmed we are in what's called a technical recession, but some economists are downplaying the significance of 2 consecutive quarters of falling GDP. Here's Abigail Beeman.
My work is done.
Mark Carney tries his hand at a home building site, but wasn't taking questions about a recession after Statistics Canada reported Friday Canada's economy contracted slightly for 2 straight quarters. Not from journalists nor opposition in the House of Commons.
While Canadians are starving, losing their jobs and missing mortgage payments, and Mark Carney has created the only G7 economy in a recession, he is hiding from accountability.
Leaving other ministers to answer.
Canada is the most integrated country in the world with the United States. They have declared a trade war on us. This side of the House understands that. We will control what we can control.
The Leader of the Opposition should stop running down Canada and join us.
It's the Liberal Prime Minister that's running down our economy and then running away from accountability for it. Where is he anyway?
Conservatives are calling for an emergency debate on the recession, as Liberals don't seem to all be on the same page in terms of messaging.
I do know that people in my riding are hurting. So I listen to people talk about housing prices. I listen to people talking about food prices and about incomes that are too low. And so that's what we're working on here.
I'm not. All indications are that it's shallow and that we're coming out of it. I believe them.
Late this afternoon in the House, the Speaker decided against an emergency debate, saying he doesn't believe it meets the requirements. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Canada has been given a near failing grade in an annual poverty report. Food Banks Canada gives the country an overall D+ for managing poverty. Alberta received a D-. Albertans are spending 59% of their income on fixed costs, which is higher than the national average of just under 56%. 68% of Albertans who receive government support say it is inadequate. 41% say they feel worse off compared to last year. Food Banks Canada is calling for more affordable housing, improved social assistance, and increased wages. In 1 month, tens of thousands of recipients on AISH will be transitioned to a new program. The province says the Alberta Disability Assistance Program, known as ADAP, is intended to expand work opportunities while maintaining essential supports. Opponents say it will just lead further into poverty. Here's Naramanisa.
To expect that 40 or 50,000 people are going to be able to find jobs instantly is ridiculous and dangerous.
The NDP is once again calling on the province to reverse a decision it says is going to affect thousands of disabled Albertans. Starting July 1st, more than half of all AISH recipients will be transitioned to ADAP. The NDP was joined by 2 disability advocates today who say the changes are causing confusion and fear.
People are telling us they do not know how they are going to survive this transition. Some are in crisis.
People on AISH are now getting letters letting them know if they are being moved.
We could face a 12% reduction in our income, which could force us to forego prior financial commitments, possibly face bankruptcy, and leave us with no choice but to move in with family.
It's been a long day and a past few months for Daryl Leary and Deborah Strobel. The common law couple is being transitioned to ADAP.
I mean, you're going to lose hundreds of dollars a month. I mean, that's really unfair pressure to put on people.
The province says ADAP will help people enter the workforce without being penalized for going over a certain income level. It says they will receive customized one-on-one support and access to resources needed to gain new skills for the workplace.
It's not like I don't want to work. I can't work. I can't stand long. I can't sit long. I can't walk with weight.
If people disagree with being moved to ADAP, they can appeal and the cost of one medical reassessment will be covered. About 30,000 Albertans receiving AISH will not be transitioned to ADAP, including those with profound developmental disabilities and people 60 years of age or older. Naramanisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, plenty of pooches enjoy a dip in the pool. It isn't always for a swim, though. This guy is learning to embrace aquatherapy. Our training videos are next. A group of Edmonton acro performers will be featured on America's Got Talent tomorrow night. As Amanda Anderson reports, it's the first time the group has performed together and in front of such a large audience.
When these girls got involved in acro, they never imagined where it would take them.
It came really fast and it was just
it was kind of like a fever dream. Like, it was just like really exciting and cool.
20 girls between the ages of 7 and 21, known as the Supernova Acro Crew, put together an audition tape for America's Got Talent.
And they said, yes, we want to see this act. We want to see you. So we flew down in March and went in front of the judges in the theater on the biggest stage that we have ever been on and ever will be on, I'm sure.
An audition that will be featured on the show's premiere episode Tuesday night.
You got this. Cool experience to do with like a team. And yeah, it was just very cool and exciting.
5, 6, 7, 8.
They gave a performance that made their coach proud.
To be on that stage with that kind of pressure, there was thousands of people in the audience. It was loud. You've got these 3 famous judges right in front of you. You know, they're used to doing these small dance competitions in Edmonton or Calgary, you know, and this was a big deal. But they handled the pressure like absolute pros.
I was really nervous, but like I had so much fun with everyone, and they're like basically all like my family, so I loved it.
They can't say much about their routine just yet, but they did say they weren't alone during their performance.
And there has been lots of acro dance and dance teams and these things on America's Got Talent. So we had to come up with something different and unique to make a statement, and that's what you'll see tomorrow.
Tickets are still available for an early viewing party happening at the Blue Quill Community League tomorrow night. The episode airs on TV at 9 p.m., where you'll get to see if their performance was good enough to continue down the path to the finals. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
They're good. Wow.
Very good.
Okay, Glenn, this might not really include you in this situation here, but if anyone ever needed a pedicure in a pinch, we found the solution.
でもこれ履くだけでネイルしてるみたいなの。
No way. This Japanese company has a product for you. You check it out. They have nylons that have toenails painted for you already.
Oh, wow.
You just have to put them on and throw your sandals on and go for a walk. You're set to go.
You know, think of everything, right?
They think of everything.
Right.
You can get your best use in the winter when you haven't had a look at that.
They look pretty real, actually. Yes. So there's some very real nylons. Well, aquatherapy is a great program for rehab and recovery, and it's not just for humans.
Oh, this is so good for the spine for a long back dog.
This is Nostradamus, or Nose for short. Get it? He is a 5-year-old borzoi. He's enjoying his aquatics therapy. He just gets to float there, and his trainer sways him back and forth in the water.
He kind of looks like a greyhound.
He does.
We used to have a greyhound. They're
Yeah,
lovely dogs.
Yeah. This is apparently really good for dogs with long backs.
He's so calm.
He does seem pretty calm.
But then after, when he has to go to work, you're right back in it, you know.
Yeah. Never ending. Never ending. Well, we told you about her exciting birth 4 months ago. Now we have an update on that baby giraffe at the Toronto Zoo. Well, she was pretty unsteady and had wobbly legs 4 months ago the last time we saw her, but now Amara is growing fast. The zoo says she stepped outside into her outdoor habitat for the first time last week, exploring all the new sights and sounds and spaces alongside her mom. Staff say moments like this are based on trust, patience, and cooperative care.
Staying close to mom.
Oh, that is very cute.
The giraffes are one of my favorites at the Calgary Zoo.
I agree.
So wonderful.
Yeah, they're so fascinating. 4 months old only. Well, a South Korean defense company says it will use Canadian steel to build military vehicles in Canada. Sounds good so far. There is a catch, though, and we have those details in our business report.
Your Morning Minute, presented by Amble Ridge.
Get a bird's eye view of Amble Ridge. This is the newest neighborhood built by Qualico Communities in Calgary's northwest. And this Saturday is the grand opening event from 1 to 4 p.m. I'm joined by Emily to tell us a little bit more about it. This is a great opportunity for people to learn more.
Definitely. We have some really beautiful land and we have some really amazing show homes, 12 in all.
And you get a chance to chat with the 7 different builders, visit the show homes itself. But really, Amble Ridge is a continuation of the success of Evanston and Ambleton.
Yes, Ambleton and Evanston are previous communities that we've built, and it's just a natural progression in the Northwest. Such a popular area for families.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you.
Now, you won't want to miss that grand opening event this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. For more information, you can always visit liveinambleridge.ca, and you can catch Your Morning Calgary weekdays from 6 to 9 on CTV and Crave.
Okay, Skywatch weather camera, look at all that rain on the camera. We're not done yet. So take a walk around your house and make sure all the rain is going away from your house so it doesn't end up in your basement, because there's much more to come. We're only basically just over halfway there. And also careful when driving, because there's water pooled on many roadways. Okay, temperatures are cool. As you can see, single digits for most communities, although further off to the east, Brooks, Medicine Hat, 10 in Brooks, teens in Medicine Hat today. Watches and warnings, well, in the green, the entire southern part of our province is under a rainfall warning. And while it's windy everywhere, it's windiest in these areas, Claresholm up to almost High River, over to Lomond and Enchant, where gusts are up to 90 kilometers per hour. That will tone down late tonight. All right, so we have the counterclockwise spin of this huge system. The low, the core of it, is right over the Alberta-Saskatchewan border. Right now it's driving all the rainfall, Provost, Hanna, through Olds, Calgary, and towards the mountains. This is going to shift tonight, and as the system tracks off to the east, it's going to drive rainfall all down QE2 and Highway 2. This is why we still have lots of rain to go. So another 20 millimeters in Calgary alone just tonight, and then tacking on another up to 15 millimeters for tomorrow. And you can take a look at the amounts that we can expect in many communities. Just when you're looking at this map, Medicine Hat, Milk River, a little below what's expected. Probably closer to about 25 millimeters before all said and done. Fernie, 14 degrees tomorrow with rainfall. Edmonton, Fort McMurray, Slave Lake, you can see rain everywhere. The system will start to lighten up by the noon hour and start to taper off, but will remain cold, and it will still be isolated showers tomorrow afternoon. Drumheller, a high of 11 for tomorrow. Lethbridge 9, Medicine Hat 12. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Continuing care workers rallied in Calgary today to fight for better care and working conditions. AUPE members say the province's plan to dismantle Alberta Health Services is forcing people with complex medical needs out of hospitals and into continuing care facilities that are already under-resourced. The Premier says Albertans could know the cost of separating by August. Danielle Smith says startup costs would probably be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. And Calgary police are investigating another extortion case in the city. Investigators say a business owner, along with their friends and family, were threatened. 2 men are now charged. South Korean defense company Hanwha says it will use Canadian Algoma steel to make military vehicles. But there's a catch. Let's get the details from BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez.
That catch is the company would have to win the bid to build Canada's next generation submarine fleet. Hanwha says the military vehicles would be made in Canada by Canadian workers. Our military needs 250 armored vehicles to use in the Arctic. The winner of the contract will be announced by the end of June. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.26. West Texas Intermediates up close to $5 to 92.16. Western Canadian Select down over $1 to 71.43. And the TSX lost 34 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
The Stamps roster is now final, and it includes a big part of their defense returning this season. Glenn has that story next.
I gotta change my number.
Tennis legend Serena Williams is returning to the sport after almost 4 years away. Williams has accepted an invitation to play doubles at the upcoming Queen's Club Grass Court Tournament in London. The Calgary Stampeders kick off the season Friday night as they host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Glenn is back with us. Glenn, the Stamps made their final cuts this weekend.
Tara, the Stamps had to get down to their final 46-man roster on Saturday. Then on Sunday, they brought back a familiar face, and he is going to add a lot to this defense. At the end of last season, Jalen Hutchings wanted to give the NFL a shot. He signed with the Minnesota Vikings, but he suffered a hamstring injury just before the start of training camp, and that ended his hopes. It was a frustrating time for the big defensive lineman.
Yeah, it was tough. I had aspirations to go to the league, and, just how it happened, it was definitely a tough pill to swallow. But at the same time, having an opportunity to come back to Calgary, I'm very grateful to be here. I really believe everything happens for a reason, so I'm glad to be here.
On Sunday, the Stamps brought Hutchings back, signing him to a 3-year contract. He could have gone anywhere, but Hutchings says he loves Calgary, and it was an easy decision to come back.
Because I love the coaching staff, I love my teammates. We did something special last year. We were this close to making it to the finals. So I want to run it back and keep it here, bring a great cup back to Calgary.
Head coach and general manager Dave Dickinson is happy to have Hutchings back. He knows he makes the defensive line that much better.
Hutch is, he's a difference maker. I mean, ask people around the league. And for him to commit for 3 years, I think shows a lot. I mean, he really, when he said it, he's like, you know what, I'm coming back and I want to be here and be a leader and I want to accomplish great things here in Canada.
Hutchings says he's healthy again and there is a possibility he could get into the lineup on Friday night against the Bombers.
I'm feeling good, so whenever Coach Dave says I'm ready to go, I'll play.
And more good news for the Stamps defensive line. Fuller and Oromolade, who suffered a season-ending torn Achilles last year, was on the field with his teammates for the first time since suffering the injury. He says he's ready to go and could also play on Friday night.
It feels good. I'm not gonna lie. My teammates are more excited than me, so that's not that I'm not excited, but like they're visibly more excited than me. So that means a lot for sure.
And the Stamps selected their team captains for this year. Vernon Adams Jr., Derek Moncrief, and Rene Paredes will take on that role. Stamps and Bombers kick off for the season opener on Friday night, 7 o'clock at McMahon Stadium. Well, the tough season continues for the Calgary Surge. It was a battle of Alberta in the CEBL last night in Red Deer. Surge up against the Edmonton Stingers. The Surge looking for their first win of the season. Evan Gilliard sinks the 3. Surge within 6 points there, but the Stingers had other things in mind. Target score 102. Stanley Davis Jr. gets the job done with this basket. Stingers beat the Surge 104-98. Surge fall to 0-5 in the 2026 campaign. Final of the Memorial Cup went last night in Kelowna. The Everett Silvertips up against the Kitchener Rangers in the final. Rangers up 1-0 when the Silvertips tie it up. Landon Dupont from Calgary to Matthias Van Hounen. He will beat Christian Kirsch. That ties the game at 1. Rangers, though, regain the lead later in the first. Sam O'Reilly feed to Dylan Edwards. He beats former Hitman goaltender Anders Miller. Rangers up 2-1 after 1. Let's go to the third. Rangers up 3-1. Well, they'll put this one away. 5-on-3 power play. O'Reilly to Jack Pridham. Fires it past Miller. 4-1 Rangers. And still on the power play, the Rangers will put it out of reach. O'Reilly gets the rebound. He scores. Big night for him. He had a goal and 3 assists as the Rangers beat the Silvertips 6-2 to take home the Memorial Cup.
Thank you, Glenn. Okay, we got about a minute, Danielle. More rain on the way.
So we've already had, as of 6 p.m., 34.5 millimeters in the city. That was recorded at the airport, and another 30 to 35 millimeters is possible over these next 24 hours, with most of it falling tonight. 20 millimeters expected tonight, and then another 10 to 15 tomorrow. It will still be cold tomorrow and gusty. This is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fix right or it's free. And this looks like it was taken from a safe distance, which is great, Joanne Oliver. Nice, awesome picture taken in Pincher Creek. Make sure to stay away from all rivers right now and careful on the roadways because water is also pooling on many roadways as well. This is your weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate.
Thanks for your company tonight. For breaking news anytime, go to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. We'll see you tomorrow.